Hi, my name is Sarah Miranda, and this is for the measurement scavenger hunt that was assigned to us. Um, the first object that I'm going to be going over is for the rectangle for the area, and the object that I picked for the rectangle was my notebook, just because it was right there. The dimensions are 8.5 inches by 8 inches. For the formula for area is equals length times width, which was 10.5 inches times 8 inches, which ended up being 84 inches squared. And then for the formula for perimeter, it was P equals 2 length plus 2 width, which gave me P equals 2 times 10.5 or 10.5 plus 2 times 8, which gave me 21 plus 16, which altogether equaled the perimeter equaling 37 inches. The next object that I chose was the triangle. I found like this. My dad told me what it was called. Just a triangle. It's an obscure whatever something triangle. The dimension is the base, so I used the base as this side down here as 3 inches, and the height being this side at 5 inches. And for the formula for the area, it's A equals half of base times height, which gave me a half times 3 times 5, which was a half times 15, which gave me 7.5 inches squared. And then for the perimeter, I used this as my side A, because it was the perimeter equals A plus B plus C. So I used this as side A. My base is side A, my height as side B, and here is side C, which gave me which this side was 5.5 inches. So that came to 3 plus 5 plus 5.5, which gave me 8 plus 5.5, and that got me to my total of 13.5 inches for the perimeter. Next, I used, for the circle, is the bottom of my wine bottle. The dimensions was, the diameter was 3 inches across, which means the radius was 1.5 inches. The formula for area is A equals pi r squared. So that gave me pi times 1.5 squared, which gave me pi 2.25, which equals 0.07 inches squared. For the circumference, it's pi times the diameter, or you could use pi times radius times 2. But I used the pi times diameter, which gave me pi times 3, which gave me 9.42 inches for the circumference of the bottom of my wine bottle. The next thing I used is for the rectangular solid and finding the volume of it. I used a book that I just recently read. It was just laying on my bedside table, so I picked it. The volume for that is volume equals width times height times length. The width is 5.5 inches. The height is 1 inch, and then the length is 8.5 inches. So that gave me to 5.5 times 1 times 8.5, which gave me 5.5 times 88.5, which gave me a total of 46.75 inches. Next, for the surface area, was 2 times width times length plus 2 times height times length plus 2 plus height times width, which gave me to 2 times 5.5 times 8.5 plus 2 times 1 times 8.5 and 2 plus 1 plus 8.5, which gave me 93.5 plus 17 plus 11, and my answer was 121.5 inches. And lastly, for my cylinder, for finding the volume, I used my speaker. The dimensions are, the radius was 1 inch and the height is 7 inches. So in reality, the diameter is 2 inches. The area for the cylinder, the surface area, would be 2 pi times the radius times the height plus 2 pi radius squared, which gave me 2 times pi times 1 times 7 plus 2 times pi times 1 squared, which gave me to 43.96 plus plus 28, 6.28, which gave me to a grand total of 145.28 inches cubed. So those are the items that I picked, and that is what my answers were for the measurement scavenger hunt.